Hello, good morning, welcome, bienvenidos, welcome, welcome, welcome. I am coming to you from Athens, Greece. Do it, God. Do it, God. I'm on a world tour right about now. Just came from about a month in Luxor, in Egypt, between Cairo, Luxor, and Aswan. Wow, was Egypt the adventure? I could probably write 20 books about Egypt. Sheesh. The first one will be coming soon. It's all about Egyptian magic, and that's going to be delicious. It's going to be delicious. Let's have a deep breath. You are on a course in miracles, 365 days straight. Commit to doing it every day and watch your life accelerate beyond comprehension. Watch your dreams begin to come true. Why? Because you are expanding consciousness and awareness with every moment. Breathing. Be still on the inside. Allow the Spirit of God, the Lord, to wash over you. The Spirit of Source, it washes over us. And we feel this devotion as I sit here only steps away from the temple of Athena. We know that our forebears in all the cultures were devotional to the gods of their understanding. We too today are charged with staying devotional in a technology science world. We're not losing our devotion. It's Sunday, a day where religious people and spiritual people alike all over the world come into holy houses, some on Saturday, some on Sunday. All of us recognizing the need in our lives to stop work, stop busyness, and put all our focus and attention on spiritual matters, matters of the spirit, for us to be fulfilled, healed, for our finances to thrive, for our businesses to flourish. We must devote attention to the spirit self, the God self, the super self, the all knowing, all wise self, the capital S self. This devotion cleanses our being of debris we may have picked up, emotional, mental, otherwise energetic debris, negative spirits, negative entities, spirits that like to attach to hosts so that they can feed. When we're still and in meditation, these disintegrate. And we give great appreciation for this now moment and every moment in which we can always pause for a moment of devotion, of stillness, and attention to the spirit self. Feels so good to fill up on love. Fill up. And now opening our eyes, we consciously and intentionally give our attention to A Course in Miracles, Lesson 247. Let's do a screen share, shall we? Good morning, family. Welcome. You are loved. You are cared for. You are taken care of. There's nothing you have to worry about. I'm talking to you. There's nothing you have to worry about. It's already been handled for you. You can let go of the mental churning at night. You're chewing on things that God has already handled. Let it go. Trust. Trust. That's all you need to do is trust. Talking to myself. Lesson 247. I'm realizing that what we're experiencing in 365 days of A Course in Miracles is somewhat of a test. Not a test in that, there's some puppeteer God in heaven testing people, the story people get from Job. Not that. It's my own test of me. It's my own test of my own will. Do I will myself to be where I say I'm going to be? Can I will this body and being and bearing and presence to be where I say in my mind I will be? I'm testing for the level of mastery present in myself. Am I a master of my word? Am I a master of my thoughts, my own mind? Am I a master of my actions? Or does it seem to be that my mind is doing one thing, my mouth is doing something else, and my body is doing something else, and my emotions are doing something yet again, something else? You get to test yourself. Don't take it as, oh, I failed the test. No, 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 no. Take it as a test of awareness. Aha. In Know Thyself, I have become aware that I say I'm going to be somewhere every day at 7 a.m. And then I am there most of the time. Yet I'm aware that if a family issue comes forward, that will get me. Aha. You're just testing. Not testing for failure. If you're a good person, you're a good person. You can't fail. You can only succeed with God. Let all that go. We're testing for our level. It's almost like a litmus test. Or it's almost like the strip test that you put on your tongue to see if you have something in your saliva. And then if you do something about it. It's almost like a blood test. You have this amount of vitamin D in your blood, you have this amount of this, you have this amount of this, and then you just do balancing and correcting. You just do blood alchemy. That's what it's for. It's not, oh, I failed. I'm a failure. Fuck that. Who cares about that? Get over your guilt. Say you're going to do it. That's the test. And then follow through and do it. And when you don't follow through and do it, talk to the people that you said you were going to every day. You said you were going to do this thing. Talk to them and tell them, I messed up. That's on me. What am I going to do? I'm going to recommit. And then next time, do it again better. Then when you fall, which you probably will, this is a game of falling and getting back up. You just fall 1,000 times, you get back up 1,001. That's all. Just keep getting back up. There's a saying that says, there's only 2 mistakes you can make on the spiritual path. Only 2. And they're mistakes. They're not sins. They're not judgments like, whoa. They're mistakes. There are only 2 mistakes you can make on the spiritual path. 1 is not getting started, and 2 is not keeping going. Start and then keep going. Because people kind of give up. They kind of slide off. They kind of backslide. They kind of sit down and be like, oh, I'm over it. Start and then keep going. That was the message on Sunday at the Christian Witches Convention, if we remember the sermon. If we don't remember the sermon, it's right here on Clubhouse. It might not be all that clear. It is here in Clubhouse for you. Lesson 247, without forgiveness, I will still be blind. Tell yourself. Without forgiveness, I will still be blind. I still won't be able to see anything. I still won't know what anything is for. I'm walking around with my eyes closed. Well, how is that? Behold it anywhere and I will suffer. Ooh, sin is the symbol of attack. Pardon me, I started with lesson 2 because with line 2 because I didn't want to read line 1. Unconscious resistance, you just saw it. Number 1, sin is the symbol of attack. Sin is the symbol of attack. What does that mean? What does that mean? What does that mean? That means when people tell you you're sinful, repent from your sins. Did that ever feel good? I just have a question for you. Did that ever feel good in your spirit when people told you you're a sinner, you need to repent, turn around? Did that ever feel good? I mean, and if you're a Catholic, you're a sinner, you got to make penance. You got to do this and this and this to make up for that problem. Did that ever feel good? Did that feel like grace? It didn't feel like grace to me. Sin is the symbol of attack. Behold it anywhere, and I will suffer. If I behold sin anywhere, I will suffer. It didn't say the sinners will suffer. If I see someone sinning, I will suffer. Meditate on it. Say it to yourself. If I see someone sinning, I will suffer. Wow, that's a radical shift. Because they told me if I see someone sinning, I'm better than them because I saw them sinning and I could point it out and I could tell them what's going on with them and what's wrong with them. And then I will help the sinner come to the light, pompous, arrogant as it may sound. That's how some people took the Christ message. That's mangling. Christ never said that. Christ was hanging around with quote unquote sinners because he didn't see sin. Oh my God. They were like, this, how could he be a rabbi? He's with sinners. If Christ was here right now, he would be in the hood. He would probably be in the club. He would probably be all the places where you would never find a rabbi. That's where he would be right now. He would probably be in the mosque. He would be everywhere he was when he was here. Christ did not behold sinners. So how did we get sin out of Christ's message? When even the original text, the word sin, what they translated to be sin, is a metaphor of archery, to miss the mark. You pulled back your bow and arrow. The arrow did not go to the bullseye. That's the original meaning of it. Do you see that it was mangled to get us to be beholden to forces, quote unquote, that can forgive your sins for a price? Do you see that they can tether yourself and your soul, even though you can't really tether a soul? If they have your mind, they have you. Tether you with the whole idea of sin. If I behold it anywhere, I will suffer. For forgiveness is the only means whereby Christ's vision comes to me. Forgiveness is the only way that I can see the world as Christ saw it. Forgiveness is the only way that I will be able to be a Christ on the planet. Forgiveness is the only way that I will walk in the steps of Christ. Forgive everyone for everything. Wipe it all clean. Everyone's God. Everyone's perfect. Everyone's holy. I've told myself that millions of times. That's it. Change your perception. That is the only way you're going to be Christ. And realize your godness and be whole in the sonship. What is the sonship? All the creations of God, all of us. And be whole and one and not be against anyone and know that no one's against you. Let me accept what his sight shows me as a simple truth, and I am healed completely. If we just accept that, we're healed completely. If we Simply accept what Christ's vision shows us, that everyone's God, and in their human form, they're doing the best they can at any given moment. If they could do better, they would be doing better. If we can accept the grace, that's the word that's coming to me today. I think that's going to be my word for today, grace. Your grace is my sufficiency, because your grace told you there's nothing wrong with you. Grace told you that you're all good. Grace told you that you're forgiven. Grace told you that you're wiped clean, no matter how dastardly the deed was. As we discussed yesterday, even if you hired somebody to shoot your own family and they wind up killing your mother and your brother, you still are covered by grace. You're covered by grace, because Spirit knows that underneath all that hideous dastardliness is God. Under all of it, you just can't get to it. You just can't access it. You just can't. We're lost. How do we become unlost? Forgiveness. Because by the time you hire someone to kill your family, your entire family, your siblings, your mother, and your father, by the time you take that action, how much unforgiveness have you rooted into? How much sin and wrong have you seen? You have a compelling reason. Don't think serial killers, murderers, crimes of passion, abusers don't have a methodology or reason in their head that they're doing what they're doing. And they think that they're justified in doing what they were doing. Well, people thought they were justified in burning people at the stake, whether they were innocent or not. People were justified with torturing people to find out of their spiritual beliefs. Completely justified. You can make up, that's the craziness of the human mind. You can make up a justification for any damn thing. You can make up a justification to kill 6 million people in gas camps. You can make up a justification for that. And you will have it so airtight in your mind that you can get other people on board with your justification, and you can get them to do horrors that are against their own nature. That's the power of the mind and the lie. That's why we can't think that lies are innocent. No, it's just not the truth. No, a lie is dangerous. Truth brings us home, and the truth will set you free. And you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. As soon as we accept the simple truth of what Christ's sight is showing us, we're completely healed. And I want to be completely healed. I don't want to have any little thing, something hanging on here, something hanging on there, this kind of out of order, that kind of out of order. No, I want it all clean, perfect, whole, all of it. Every inch of my life, perfected according to the perfect pattern and love of God. Brother, come and let me look on you. Your loveliness reflects my own. What about if you stop seeing what was wrong with everybody? Brother, come let me look at you, and let me look how perfect you are. Let me look at how resplendent and shining with the light of God you are. Let me look at how absolutely holy and beautiful you are. Did you ever tell your lover that, unless you wanted to get some? You know, we say a lot of lovely words when we want to get some, right? How about you just tell everyone that as a way of being? Brother, sister, sisters, brothers, others, come let me look at you. For in looking at you, I see the reflection of Mother, Father, God, the eternal presence in you and in me. I see it. Your loveliness reflects my own. Your sinlessness is mine. See how this goes? It goes together. If you see sinlessness, you remember you are sinless. If you see sin, you are the one with the sin. The reflection principle, it's a very hard principle to get. Once you get it, you just kind of flow with it and say, okay, well, whatever I see around me is what I am, because I'm reflecting this whole world out. So let me change my mind. Let me see sinlessness. Let me see holiness. Let me behold loveliness. You stand forgiven, and I stand with you. Now you see the one that is quote unquote the one that just inflicted so much pain on you, the molester, the abuser, the murderer, the child snatcher, the human trafficker, all the people that we hold in our minds as the worst of the worst. These are the people that I hold in my mind just as the worst of the worst. I can easily see what's wrong with what they're doing. They shouldn't be doing that. Go beyond that and peer all the way to the God inside. That's what Christ could instantly do. He could instantly see. That's all he saw. All he saw was the God in everyone. That's why he could call it forth with such power, because he was in it and he could see it. And other people became well. They were healed completely, like that. Healed completely. Not kind of halfway, not kind of 80%, not kind of, I'm kind of healed, but I'm still going to the doctor. I'm kind of doing this, but I still got these pills. I'm kind of okay, and I'm kind of not. Stop it. Stop seeing things wrong. That begins in the mind. And I'm not talking about a surface. Okay, I'm just going to stop seeing things that are wrong. That won't work, beloved. It will not work. Why? Because that's not how we're being. Deep inside, it's just a little funny mind trick we're playing with ourselves. That says, okay, I'm just going to see the light of God. That's not it. You won't see the light of God, and you won't change, and you won't heal completely. This is a deep inner knowing, and it begins with you. You cannot see sin if you are not in sin. So go deep in yourself and forgive everything. Forgive things you don't even know are there. Forgive things that you forgot about. I'm just doing blanket forgiveness up in here. I'm just forgiving everything. I don't care what it was. I don't care what it is. I don't care what it's going to be. I'm just forgiving it all. I'm wiping it all clean. I'm just cleaning the whole thing. Here's our prayer. So would I look on everyone today. My brothers are your sons. Your fatherhood created them and gave them all to me as part of you and my own self as well, that God gave all of us to each other. Look how much love that is. God gave all billions of us to each other to play as children. It's like when you have a family. You have one kid, and then you want to have another kid, and you want to have another kid. We're all God's kids. Of the Mother, Father, God, great presence. And you get here and want to argue and fight with your brothers and sisters. We call that sibling rivalry. Well, what if there were no rivalries? What if all the sonship, all the children remembered and realized they're one? And they didn't shoot each other, and they didn't stab each other, and they didn't harm each other, they didn't yell at each other. What if we all remembered? That's the day I'm working for today. I honor you through them. And thus I hope this day to recognize myself. Today I hope to recognize myself, because I'm going to forgive everyone. I'm not going to see any sin. I'm not going to see anything wrong with anybody. Hey, try it for a day. Try for a day not to see anything wrong with the kids, nothing wrong with your boo, nothing wrong with you, nothing wrong with your parents, nothing wrong with the people that you don't like, nothing wrong with the other religions, nothing wrong with anyone. Try it for a day. It'll probably be so light and so free and so wonderful. Not one judgment will come up in your mind today about anyone and anything they're doing or saying or being. Isn't that magnificent? It's magnificent. Nothing wrong with anyone, especially you. And no one did anything wrong, and no one's the center. Everything's perfect. Everything is God. Then you are raised above the level of problems. Then you are raised above being a firefighter in your life and trying to put out all manner of fires all the time. Then you are raised above having to tote things around in the body temple for years and years and years when your cells are remaking themselves right now. We've been here for 25 minutes. Your body has made billions of new cells. In every hour, it will make probably another trillion new cells. We can look it up. How many new cells will my body make in 1 hour? It's 25 minutes. How many new cells has your body made? You're constantly being renewed. You're constantly being renewed by the power of as above, so below. Correspondence. Well, if my body is doing that, you can look at your own body and you can see the mind of God. If my body is making brand new cells every sec, it can't stop making them. It's been happening ever since you were a baby in your mother's womb, before you were a baby. You are making new cells. You aren't thinking about making new cells. You're making new liver cells. You're taking a potato and you're turning it into a brain. How does that work? That's what you're doing. You're taking a string bean and turning it into a toe. How does that work? You're a master alchemist. So if you know how to do all of that, you're walking around doing all that all the time. Your subconscious mind is doing all of that all the time. Your subconscious mind, your mind is making your heart beat perfectly. Your mind is making your entire body function. Your mind is making your toe move when you say, toe, move. How does that happen? How much circuitry has to be laid out for you to even be able to do that? How can you know how to breathe and put oxygen in your lungs and take the bad stuff out, carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide? How do you know how to get rid of that? How do trees know how to suck up what you blew out and give us what we're breathing in? How does that happen? If your body is making billions of new cells right now, you don't think you're being remade spiritually? You're being remade physically, so we could intuit as above, so below. It must be in spiritual spirit realms. The same thing is happening. I'm being renewed. New cells are what are new spirit cells? New energy, fresh energy is flowing through myself. I'm being remade. I'm being recreated. In the mystery school, in the 11 statements of creation, and the witches have already done this in initiation. Ascension will be doing this in January. In the 11 statements of creation, one of the statements says, I am a center of expression for the primal will to good, which eternally creates and sustains the universe. Notice the words. I am a center of expression. Oh, I'm a center of expression. For what? What am I expressing? What am I a center of expression for? Right where you are is a center of expression. For what? For the primal will to good. What is the primal? P as in a capital P. Will, W is a capital W. To good. G is a capital G. The primal will to good. What is the primal will to good? God. I am a center for the primal will to good, which eternally, what is this primal will to good doing? Which eternally creates and sustains the universe. It's eternally creating the universe. It's eternally creating the universe. It's dynamic. It's happening right now. The universe is creating right now. And it's sustaining what it already created. Now that is freaking mind-blowing. At the edge of our solar system, at the edge of all that we know as matter, new stars are bursting. The universe is still being created. It's creating. It says, I am a center of expression for the primal will to good, which eternally creates and sustains the universe. This is astounding. Do you know that you can meditate on that one statement of the 11 statements of creation? You can meditate on that one statement for 10 years. That's one lesson in the mystery school and one statement in one lesson in the mystery school. Do you really think you can go through the mystery school's lessons like that? They seem so simple on the surface, don't they? You meditate on that thing. We give you one line, just like a koan, Koan. I never knew how to pronounce that word. The master gives you a koan. The Buddhist master is not Buddhist. It's not Buddhist. Buddhism, no, Japanese. They give you a koan to meditate on. What's the koan? The bird is the wing. The bird is the wing. That's what the master says to you. The bird is the wing. What? Makes no sense. Like most lines in A Course in Miracles make no sense. Why? Because it's not meant for the surface surfer, just surfing on the surface, just surfing. It's not meant for them. It's not meant for the uninitiated, the people that just don't see yet. You're not ready. If this stuff touched your consciousness and you are not ready, you would fry. It's like putting 250 volts of electricity through a 125 volt receptacle. I am a center of expression for the primal will to good, which eternally creates and sustains the universe. It's not just, it didn't create the universe 6,000 years ago. That's what people got from the Bible. That's not what the Bible is talking about. The Bible's not a history book. People say, oh, God created everything in 7 days. No, 6 days and 7 days. He rested. He rested on the seventh day. Created is not a word of tense. Create is a dynamic, ongoing unfoldment. So if your body is making billions of cells right now, and every 7 years you get a whole brand new body, how come you have issues that have been in your body for more than 7 years? I've always wondered that about myself. How can I have an issue that lasts in my body for more than 7 years? Because every 7 years you have an entirely new body. You have new feet. You have new arms. The cell turnover is such that every 7 years you have a brand new body. So why would anything last in the body temple for more than 7 years? Here's why. Here's how. I got the answer. I was so happy when I got the answer. Because your cells, the new ones that are being born, are receiving information. The brand new cell, brand new cell, nothing wrong with it, is getting information. We have high blood pressure. Oh, we do? And bam, imprinted on that brand new cell that has nothing wrong with it is the information that I want to carry in my consciousness because I didn't change my consciousness. It's just imprinting the information on the new cell. It's stamping the new cell with whatever's in consciousness. Is that wild to consider? Oh, we're overweight. Oh, we're diabetic. We are? Yep. The new cell has no choice but to accept its unconscious programming, its subconscious. And in the subconscious mind, we're still holding diabetes, high blood pressure, something's wrong with me, some kind of alert thing, some kind of energy of anxiety. Here comes the high blood pressure. Here comes the heart issues, some issue of not enoughness. Here comes some kind of ulcer, some kind of eating away kind of thing in the belly or whatever, some kind of fear. Here comes some kind of pancreatic blah, 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 something, some kind. This is all energy. Energy is everything and everything is energy. Here's how I'm going to end this. You don't have to suffer. You don't have to be sick. You don't have to get old. And you're never going to die. And while you're here, you don't have to suffer. You don't have to run to the doctor every 10 minutes. You don't got to get a rock pills. You don't have to do any of that. Now, you can do it if you have nothing else better to do with your life. If you just like running to doctors. I haven't seen a doctor in I don't know how long. Not gonna see one. They don't have the answers. I go to the healers of God. I don't go to white coats. Now, I will go to a white coat under two conditions. One, I want to figure out what's going on because they're very good at looking at your body. They can look at things and say, oh, your leg is broken, or this is, okay, well, fix it back up. And they'll crook, and they'll put it back together. Or if I'm bleeding out, yeah, take me to a hospital. Yeah. Stop the bleeding. Great, doc. I'm out of here. Do you think I would put my life and health in the care of a PCP, primary care physician? Are you kidding me? They're serial killers. They kill more people than any other means of death in the United States. They kill more people than heart disease. They kill more people than the sicknesses that they help. They kill over 300,000 people in the United States every year. Why would you go to a murderer and say, please help me? It's not about the people. I keep saying this all the time. It's not about the people. Your doctor doesn't mean to be a murderer. Your doctor's probably a very wonderful person. Your doctor is a corrupt, cancerous killing system that has been taken over by corporate greed that would make $90 billion on the suffering of people in 2020 and 2021 by jabbing them with an experimental something. And now when they have fallout from it, oh, you got no recourse. Well, that's your problem. And they still are laughing on their billions. And those are the people that are going to help you. And how do you think that system falls? It falls because you withdraw your energy from it. I remember a natural healing practitioner whom I love. I love natural healing practitioners. A natural healing practitioner or a person who is both conversant in allopathic medicine. Allopathic medicine, I learned many, many, many years ago when I was probably in my 20s. I was in my 20s. I was in my late 20s when I discovered this. Allopathic medicine, which is the kind of medicine that we have mostly on the planet, right? Loves to run. Remember that? This is another delicious lesson, isn't it? Isn't it? It's so delicious, right? Loves to run is so delicious. I just love all of it. And I love that we're doing this together. Allopathic medicine is a very young medicine. It's only 200 years old. Now, when you look at the medicines that are not quote unquote the natural medicines. So when you look at the natural healing medicines, herbology, the things that truly help people be well, plants. Plants are the number one thing that help people be well. Plants are the pharmacy. Plants, trees, flowers. I just drank some plants last night, ginger tea. I'm looking at a plant right now. It's growing limes on this tree, a lime tree right outside this window with luscious limes just hanging from it. Just pluck a couple off. Mint, thyme, spearmint, basil. This is your pharmacy. Not that stuff they got at CVS. That stuff will fucking kill you. Your pharmacy is ginger, thyme, golden seal, nasty as it may be, golden seal, your chaga, mushrooms. Your pharmacy is from the ground. Every medicine that does not honor that is unnatural, and I curse it for the lie it is. It's a lie. Now, let's show you how much of a lie it is. Do you remember? And we'll talk about some other healing modalities that are natural healing modalities. A natural healing modality is massage, moving the lymph fluid through your body, massaging. Body brushing, loofah. I don't wash with washcloths. I wash with loofah. Scrub you up really good. Get the dead skin cells off, right? Ayurvedic medicine. Ayurvedic medicine is a natural healing protocol. It's been on the planet for thousands of years. The herbology has been on the planet for thousands. Since there's been plants, there have been people healing with plants. Now, all your animals know this because if they weren't tied up in your house, when they got sick, they would go out in the nature and they would know exactly what plant to eat and be well. But they're tied up in your house, being pushed around in a dog stroller. I don't know what we're doing. We're so fucking crazy. You're pushing a dog in a dog stroller. It has 4 legs. We're so fucking crazy. These things, and I'm not saying it to judge anyone or anything, do whatever the hell you please. What I'm offering you is that humanity will go so far off of nature because we're the only ones that can go off nature because we have a mind to choose. We'll go so far off nature and then wonder what's wrong, what's the problem? I'm going to tell you something. In Bali, where there are dogs galore, I mean, every house has a dog in Bali, I promise you. Some got 2. You go to the temples, there are dogs galore. And I'm telling you, those dogs in Bali, they're barking. Rah, rah, rah. If they don't like something you said, rah, rah, rah. Whatever. You know, the dogs are having conversations with the people. You will not see one leash in Bali. What the fuck are y'all doing to these dogs in the United States? I call it abuse. I call it criminal. Dogs are our friends. Dogs are here for companionship. God made dog to be your friend, not to be your captive or your baby. God made dogs to be your friend. Okay, let's go over to Peru. In Peru, plenty dogs. Where are the dogs? Walking the streets. Peru, all over the world. Now, in China, you don't see that many dogs out on the street because let me tell you, in China, they eat dogs. So they have a different concept of dog in China. Do you understand that these dogs are free to do whatever they want to do? Do you understand that these dogs are free to live their dog life and talk to other dogs and come and hang at your house? You know, the dogs in Bali, they hang at their master's house or whatever. They have an understanding. The dog is free. The dog goes in the neighborhood and then comes back. What is this obsession in the United States? You don't see a dog leash. You don't see a dog stroller. You don't see a dog because you have PetSmart. Do you understand how unnatural that is? I don't think we understand, but I'm a witch. I'm here to tell you that is super unnatural. It is super unnatural for you to go into a PetSmart. And then you know what happens? You make one problem. And then because you made that problem, you're feeding a dog food. Now that's going to be a problem because the dog is not supposed to have dog food. A dog is supposed to have what the dog is supposed to eat in the wild. Now, you made the first problem. You took the dog out of the wild, out of their natural habitat. Once you took them out their natural habitat, now you're responsible for them, right? You got to give them food. You give them food, but the food you give them is manufactured, so now they get sick. Okay, now you have, because you created that first problem, you took them out their habitat, then you gave them some fake food, then now you gave them another problem, so now you got to take them to a vet. And now, do you see that these problems continue to compound? I don't understand how people in America are crazy with this dog thing. And it's getting worse and worse and worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. I need a toy for my dog, and I need a leash for my dog, and I need a leash with diamonds for my dog, and I need a leash with diamonds, with toys, with a bed for my dog, and I need a leash and diamonds on it, and a bed, and a purse to carry my dog, and a bed to put my dog on, and toys in the bed, and then I need a pin, and then I need the dog has more than the kids. Think about it, because I don't think people that are doing this are thinking about what are we doing. This is a being that entirely knows how to take care of itself.
My dogs have closets full of clothes. So if you want to add that to the list.
And it's fun. Closets full of clothes. It's fun. You know, it's fun. Do it if you like. Understand family. This ain't what God made, but I mean, do it. Just acknowledge what you're doing. Do whatever you're doing with awareness. No wrong, no right. Do it with awareness. That's all the universe wants to ask, wants you to know. The universe wants to know, are you aware? Are you awake? Are you looking at what you're doing? Are you deeply understanding what you are doing? Is there self-awareness? Is there awareness of you and the whole, the universe? Is there awareness of how you are relating to other beings in God's universe? Is there awareness of how I relate to the bird? You know, there were some cats. There's a lot of cats in Egypt. And I'm a big cat person, so I loved it. There were these cats at the resort. And I was sitting outside. And there was this one particular cat, white cat with like a little black patch. I love this cat. And it was another younger cat that looked like a kitten. They were real playful. They were like two little kittens. They looked real playful. I think she was the mama. Well, this cat and her little kittens, they would kind of hang out by where the food is, seeing if people could, you know, just give them something. Most people did not feed those cats, which I was very happy about. Like, and the cat would sit there while you're eating and look at you. Now, one day, why did I sit outside with the cats and then order a salmon dinner? That wasn't a smart thing to do, but you know, hey, I wasn't thinking. I ordered that salmon dinner. Them cats sat up and were sitting at the foot of that table like, I thought the baby one looked like it had to put every manner of constraint it knew in its little kitten consciousness not to jump on that table and grab that salmon and run. I was so happy I was really eating real fish because the animals will tell you if it's real or not real. Because the stuff they give you in McDonald's is not real, so the ants don't even eat it. They don't. They'd be like, "Oh, that's McDonald's. No, no, that's not real. Go that way. Go to that apple over there." Well, anyway, I said to myself, I don't care how these cats look at me. I don't care how sad this little baby looks. I want to give this baby a little piece of something off my plate. I'm not doing it. Not doing it. That's not the order of things. And then we're going to be telling these cats, jump up here and get all this food when people come out here and they just want to enjoy their lunch or their dinner. This is a restaurant. That's not how it goes. So I didn't give them cats nada. Cats are some of the best hunters you will ever see in your life. Here's what Spirit showed me. Before I left, a witch had to get her Nile River water because I got some juju I'm going to be doing with my Nile River water. And I've got an anointing that we're going to do for the witches with the Nile River water at their initiation. But we can't talk too much about, we can't talk about that at all. But we have some uses for the Nile River water. I had to go get my Nile River water, so I got up real early in the morning. What did I see but that mama cat with her kitten? And what did the mama cat have in her mouth? A bird she had just caught. She was walking with a bird in her mouth. I was like, bam, I know that's right. And she was walking confidently, like, yeah, that's what I do when I wake up in the morning. A cat is a mini lion. You gonna take care of a lion? My cat used to go out, do whatever she would do, come back home. How you living life? You liking life? Yep. Lovely. Did you have a good day today? Sure did. Maybe she caught some mouses, some little hedgehogs, some little, I don't know what she did, some birds and ate them. I don't know what she did. She was living her cat life. And it used to be so funny because Corey used to call her, Brianna, where are you? Brianna. And here come Brianna walking down the street. Like, what you want? You don't need to be yelling all over the universe from me. You know how cats are. They have their own life. That cat had a bird in her mouth. And she had one of her little kittens with her. And that kitten was trying to get to the bird, and the mama was like, went in the right time. Chill. The mama was teaching that is nature. And I was like, how badass is a cat that you can catch something that has wings? How badass is that? You can catch, you don't have wings, you can't fly. The thing can just fly, but you got such stealth. And in that moment, I praised God. I praised the universe because the universe gave everyone something to win with. The universe gave the cat stealth, and the universe gave the bird wings. It's a fair playing ground for everybody. That's what keeps everything in perfect symbiosis and order. Because the cat is only going to catch so many birds, probably this weakest can't fly ones. So they're going to thin herd. We're not going to get an over super abundant amount of birds. And the cat's going to feed, and the birds are going to be good. And we're only going to have the healthiest birds passing on to the next birds. I mean, this is a beautiful system. But here go humans want to inject themselves into the natural order of things and hijack it. My pharmacy is Amazing Natural Healing. I love my medicinals, herbs, and plants. I go right out back and forage the healing. Come on. Dog strollers are becoming very popular. Let's to run. I realize that I'm stepping on a lot of people's toes right now, and I don't fucking give a damn. I don't care because you know what? Loves to run. You're right. They're very popular, and they're not natural. Did you see any dog in nature with a stroller? Or do you see a dog in nature running with its legs? It's called 4 legs. It's called dogs love to run. What do you see in nature? That's how and you're not going to be able to live 100% by nature. I didn't forage this morning for breakfast. Well, I didn't eat breakfast yet. I'm fasting right now. I'm going to eat afterwards. I didn't go foraging in the forest today. Yes, I ate some fish that someone caught with a fish net or a hook. Get as close to nature as you can and realize when you're being taken on a boat out to something more. These things happen gradually. There were no dog strollers 10 years ago. There were none. There were no dog purses 20 years ago. There were none. You had your dog and you went out with your dog. Maybe you had a leash on your dog, or maybe you and your dog just walked. If you have to tie somebody up to keep them with you, why are they with you? If your dog want to go somewhere, why can't they go? I mean, it's work. I'm not talking off the top of my head. It works in every other country. America is the only place you see this craziness. America is the only place you see this. And I came to the conclusion that people got too much damn money and they don't know what the hell to do with it. They got too much damn money and they're bored because they're watching TikTok and technology took away all their work. And now they're just sitting at home and they ain't got nothing better to do with themselves but to get a dog stroller. This doesn't happen anywhere in the world. This does not happen anywhere in the world. They had the dogs and strollers and body harness at the market yesterday. I couldn't understand it. Oh, now they have the body harness too for the dog. People want babies. Then have a baby. If you want a baby, have a baby. How many babies need a home? If you can't have a baby, go get a baby. How many babies in the orphanages right now? How many babies being born right now that the mother don't want? Go get some babies. Get plenty of them. There's babies all over the world that are just would love for you to scoop them up and put them in a stroller or put them in a harness. Do you understand the strollers are not even normal for human babies? So how are they normal for dogs? They're not even natural for human babies. Human baby, we didn't have strollers for thousands of years for human babies either. We didn't. But there's a big difference between a baby stroller and a dog stroller. A dog has four legs that it likes to use. It loves to run. A baby can't walk yet. And when you're tired of carrying it around, you said in a stroller could be a mild, a mild convenience, but a stroller is not highly convenient either. What about steps? What about airplanes? What about airports? I mean, it's super inconvenient in an airport. Just strap the baby to you like we always did for thousands of years in human history. We strap the baby to us. I mean, these things seem that they should be common sense, yet they are not. And I'm certain that America is going off the rails. I'm certain of it. I'm certain of it. Unfortunately, countries admiring the American life are starting to do the same. I'm here in Colombia. There are so many people humanizing dogs. Why? A dog is not a human. A dog is a dog. A human is a human. We don't know the natural order of things. And we believe what people around us are doing. Now, people around us weren't doing it, and it was highly unusual. If you were in Peru, you wouldn't be doing it. If you were in Bali, you wouldn't be doing it. You're in America, you're not only doing it, you're being encouraged to do it even more. Watch what you're doing, family. That's all. In every area of our lives, let us just be aware. What is happening right now? I look at myself a lot and I say, am I being played by the mass consciousness right now? Maybe I reflect and think a little too much sometimes. I think I'm being played right now by the mass consciousness. Okay, I'm done with talking. Let's conclude with this. Nature cannot be denied. It is perfect. It always will be. They don't do it in Ecuador either. Yeah, it's very weird. I don't know what Americans are doing. And Americans, it's not only that it happens in America, it's applauded. And it's Harmony said, I'm ready for the galactic signature because this is not a conversation she like having because her dogs are very cute. It's beautiful. It's beautiful, Harmony. Have your beautiful dogs. Family, no judgment and no shoulds. You get to make up your own mind about everything you're doing, and there's never any judgment, right? No judgment, just awareness. Just awareness. Okay. All right, family. Oh my God, what a delicious conversation today on Sunday. And if you're watching this and it's not Sunday, welcome. You are so welcome here. You are so loved and appreciated. We're on 4 platforms every day. Commit to going through this whole series every day for 365 days. It's a radical, massive commitment that will change your life in massive ways. I'm Reverend Valerie Love, and you can find me at valerielove.com. I have classes, courses, and books for you there at valerielove.com that will accelerate your life, especially in the areas of magic, money, and metaphysics. That's what we talk about here on this channel. I freaking love you. Mwah. From Athens, Greece. Peace. Kaisi out. Love you, family.